I was at an international auction yesterday where they had all kinds of tractors, and I ended up buying one too. That's not what this video is about. Anyhow, the auctioneer asked me where I was from, and I mentioned I live near Mountville, Pennsylvania, and he told me that there was a sign that I just had to buy. So we walked down to this wagon where they had all kind of small stuff, and he showed me this sign. So what this sign says is Kauffman Brothers International Harvester, Mountville, PA. So this dealership was in business from the early 40s up through the 70s until they were bought out by two local brothers, and I believe it became R.S. Hollinger and Sons. They've since been bought out as well. But anyhow, I realize this sign's kind of in rough condition, but I think I'm actually going to try and restore it. Some people would probably want to leave it alone and consider it like a patina thing, but the sign is made of galvanized, and the paint is flaking off pretty easily if you just brush against it. So kind of to preserve it, I think it's better to repaint this or restore it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I actually watched some videos of a guy who restores old wooden carriages, and I got the idea from him. He uses like a stencil paper, and I think that I'll use that to kind of trace out the letters and take some measurements so I know how to put it back exactly the way it is. The other cool thing is I know several people who have actually purchased things or have things in their tractor collections that came from this dealership. The farmer that I used to work for has a old 1010 pickup truck, and I also know, I believe it to be the grandson of the Kauffman brothers who has a pickup truck from their dealership as well. And I can't confirm this, but my grandfather always told me that the tractor, which was his, which I now own, came from this dealership as well. He bought it from a man in Mountville who did some kind of cash cropping type stuff, and they believe that it came from this dealership. So when they went to sell this, they started out at around $500 and kind of went all the way down to $50, and they were hemming and hawing about it and didn't really want to go much lower. So I bid on it, and I kind of figured someone else would want to buy it, but no one did. So after they messed around for a while, I got it for 50 bucks. So I realize it's going to take a little elbow grease, but I think this would look pretty good hanging on the wall up at our barn above all of my old tractors. So this is a future project. Whenever I get around to restoring it or repainting it, I'll make another video to kind of show what it looks like. Here's a quick shot of the back of it. Basically, it's just constructed out of wood with that piece of galvanized metal wrapped around it. I think it's pretty cool. Looks like a mouse or a rat or something was chewing on the wood at one point. But like I said, I know some people probably wouldn't think it's worth messing with this, but I think it'd be neat to fix it up and kind of preserve the local history, in my opinion.